Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to look at some 7.62 by 39 tracers. I got four different cartridges manufactured during the Cold War. Just really quickly, top left is going to be Chinese produced, top right is Romanian, bottom left is Yugoslavian, and bottom right is Russian. These should all burn green. They use barium nitrate. When it burns, it gives off a green light, and that was common for any sort of Cold War era comm block produced tracer rounds. You'll notice on the tips of the actual projectiles, they all have green, which obviously that denotes that it's a tracer and it's a green tracer. So let's get into the Chinese first, take a closer look here at this cartridge. So again, you can see the green here on the tip, which denotes tracer. You've got a red sealant around the case neck, and then interestingly, there's a green sealant here at the primer. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but it was produced, this cartridge was produced at factory 501. Doesn't appear that there's any real information known about where that factory is. And then this round was produced in 1976, which is indicated by the 7.6. Next is the Romanian. Again, we've got our green here on the tip, got a sealant around the case neck, and then again sealant on the primer. Notice the sealant here is both red. We look here at the base and we have an 8.7, which indicates date of production 1987, and this ammunition was produced at the Sadu plant in Romania. Next, we have our Yugoslavian produced. Interestingly, this is obviously, you can tell, it's brass case, looks a bit different than the others. These three here, the Chinese, the Romanian, and the Russian, are all going to use steel casings, but with different coatings. This almost looks like a paint. It's a lot thicker and kind of duller. This is your standard lacquer coated steel, and then this is copper wash steel. On the Yugoslavian, you'll see again the green paint on the tip of the projectile, which indicates that it is a tracer round. Notice there is no sealant around the case neck, but there is a green sealant here on the primer. And it almost looks like it's the same paint or what have you that they used to paint the tip. They also used it to seal here at the bottom. Got a head stamp of IK and then a date of 88, which indicates production of 1988, and this was made by Ingman, which is still a company that produces ammunition. You can find it at local gun stores, what have you, online, which is now in the country of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Yugoslavia is no longer a country. And then lastly, we've got our Russian produced. Again, we've got green here on the tip of the projectile to indicate that it is a tracer round. We've got our red sealant here around the case neck, and then again around the primer, and you'll see here that our factory code is 711, which is the Klimovsk stamping plant, and then we've got the 71 here at the base, which indicates that it was dated manufacture of 1971. So this is our oldest round that we'll be testing. So it'll be fun to get out and see how these do, see if there's any difference in terms of brightness, or maybe some of them don't burn. I don't know if tracer ammunition goes bad if it sits for a long time, if it'll stop tracing like it's supposed to. But where I'm at, it's still wintertime. There's quite a bit of snow on the ground, so it is absolutely safe to go out and shoot these on the range. I'll do it on the backside, the 800 long range, and I don't have to worry about starting a grass fire. This is the only time of year that I'd feel comfortable firing these, because I absolutely do not want to start a fire. So we'll get out to the range. We'll end up running 5 rounds of each, these exact 5 rounds. Total here of 20. We'll get those out there and we'll shoot 5 at a time, and then we'll just kind of compare and contrast and see how they function. All right, we're out at the range. Meant to come out here a couple of days sooner, but there was quite a bit more snow than there was, and I actually got my rig stuck trying to get out here. So that was a no-go. Here we are this evening. We're going to get all 4 samplings of these different tracer rounds fired. first off, we're going to start with the Chinese, just like when I was going through the overview, and then we'll work our way through the rest. So this is the Chinese tracer. The distance we're shooting at is about 800 yards-ish. Interesting, those are red, and I was expecting green. Next up, we have the Romanian tracer. So this whole time, like I said in the beginning of the video, from what I had read, I thought all of your communist, block produced tracer ammunition was green. Last one sure looked red to me. Maybe I'm colorblind, I don't know. But they sure looked red. So Romanian, let's see if we get green. All right, next up we got the Yugoslavian, the brass case with a lot of heavy green paint. So hopefully these are green. Or maybe I'm just not seeing it, I don't know. Five rounds. Last up, 5 rounds of the Russian tracer. Interesting. So that was interesting. So if you remember, I kind of posed the question, do tracer rounds go bad? I don't know. Well, I believe 3 out of those 5, those are the Russian ones, and those were the oldest. I think those were 76, if I recall correctly, 1976 production. Only got 2 actually light up, and 3, what I'd call at least duds when it comes to the tracer. Obviously the bullet went down range, but I didn't see anything ignite into light. So interesting, kind of a cool comparison. I thought it'd be fun to come out and do this. Thank you all for coming out, watching the video. I hope you'd enjoyed it. Hope you found this interesting. I did. It was pretty fun. And I will see you all in the next one.